The Trump administration has thrown down the gauntlet. They've asked the Supreme Court to unleash DOGE on the Social Security Administration. This isn't about dog biscuits, it's about your data, your privacy, your life. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, wants access to everything. Social security numbers, medical records, your address, your job history, even your marriage license. They claim it's about fighting fraud, but at what cost? Lower courts have already slammed the door on DOGE, calling its demands a fishing expedition. But the Trump administration is persistent. They've appealed to the highest court in the land. The stakes couldn't be higher. This is about more than just data. It's about the future of privacy in America. The Supreme Court will decide if the government can rummage through the most intimate details of your life without a warrant, without suspicion, without cause. This case could redefine the relationship between the citizen and the state. The battle lines are drawn. The fight for our digital souls has begun. DOGE was Elon Musk's brainchild, born from the ashes of his Twitter triumph, his mission to drag the government into the 21st century, to make it lean and mean. But critics see a darker purpose. Musk, the self-proclaimed DOGE father, has called Social Security a Ponzi scheme. His critics fear DOGE is a Trojan horse, designed to dismantle the social safety net under the guise of efficiency. They point to the administration's record of slashing social programs as evidence. The administration insists DOGE is just trying to save taxpayer dollars. They say it's about catching fraudsters and deadbeats. But the scope of DOGE's data grab has alarmed privacy advocates. They argue that giving the government this much power is a recipe for abuse. Imagine a government that knows your every move, every purchase, every doctor's visit. Imagine a government that can use that information to control you, to silence you, to punish you. This isn't science fiction, it's the future that DOGE and the Trump administration are trying to build. DOGE's appetite for data is voracious. It's not just after your social security number. It wants everything the government knows about you, and then some. This includes your medical records, your driving history, your financial transactions, even your library records. They claim it's about connecting the dots, identifying patterns of fraud. But critics argue that this is just a pretext for mass surveillance. They say that once the government has this much information, it's only a matter of time before it's used for other purposes. Imagine a world where your every online interaction is tracked, analyzed, and stored, where your political views, your religious beliefs, your sexual orientation are all on file. This isn't the stuff of dystopian novels. It's the reality that DOGE is trying to create. The government argues that if you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to fear. But privacy is not about hiding secrets. It's about protecting our freedom, our autonomy, our right to be ourselves. It's about drawing a line in the sand and saying to the government, this far, no further. DOGE's quest for data has not gone unchallenged. Lower courts have blocked the agency's attempts to access Social Security information, ruling that its requests were overly broad and violated privacy rights. Judge Ellen Lipton Hollander of Maryland called DOGE's demands a fishing expedition and ordered the agency to destroy the data it had already collected. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld Judge Hollander's decision, ruling that DOGE's data requests were unprecedented in scope and raised serious privacy concerns. The court noted that DOGE had sought information that even senior Social Security Administration officials could not access without a warrant. The Trump administration has argued that these rulings are an overreach by the judiciary and infringe on the executive branch's authority to manage government operations. They claim that DOGE needs access to this data to fulfill its mission of eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. However, privacy advocates have applauded the court's decisions, arguing that they represent a crucial victory for individual rights in the digital age. They say that these rulings send a clear message that the government cannot simply collect vast amounts of personal data without justification or oversight. Section 5. Trump's Gambit: Executive Power versus Privacy Rights. The Trump administration's decision to appeal to the Supreme Court is, well, a bold move. It reflects a willingness to challenge the judiciary and assert broad executive power, even in the face of significant legal setbacks. The administration is arguing that lower courts have overstepped their bounds and interfered with the executive branch's ability to carry out its duties. They claim that DOGE's data requests are necessary for the efficient operation of government and that the agency's mission of rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse justifies its need for broad access to personal information. They argue that the privacy concerns raised by opponents are overblown and that the agency has adequate safeguards in place to prevent the misuse of data. However, critics see this as part of a larger pattern of the Trump administration seeking to expand executive power at the expense of individual rights. They point to the administration's attempts to weaken environmental regulations, limit access to abortion, and restrict immigration as evidence of this trend. The Supreme Court's decision in this case will have far-reaching implications for the balance of power between the branches of government and the future of privacy rights in the digital age. A ruling in favor of the Trump administration could embolden the executive branch to seek even greater access to personal data in the name of national security or government efficiency. Section 6 echoes of Orwell, A Nation on Edge. The specter of Big Brother looms large over this case. The idea of a government agency with unfettered access to our most private information is chilling, to say the least. It conjures up images of a surveillance state where our every move is tracked and our thoughts are no longer our own. This case has struck a nerve with the American public. People are understandably concerned about the erosion of privacy in the digital age. We live in a world where our data is constantly being collected, analyzed, and sold. The thought of the government getting in on the act is deeply unsettling. Civil liberties groups have condemned DOGE's data grab as a blatant violation of our Fourth Amendment rights. They argue that the government should not be allowed to collect this kind of information without a warrant or probable cause. They warn that if DOGE is allowed to get away with this, it will set a dangerous precedent for future government intrusions into our lives. This case is about more than just data. It's about trust. It's about the kind of society we want to live in. Do we want to live in a society where the government has unlimited power to spy on its citizens? Or do we want to live in a society where our privacy is respected and protected? Section 7. The stakes your life, their data. The implications of this case are staggering. If the Supreme Court sides with the Trump administration, it could open the floodgates for government surveillance on an unprecedented scale. DOGE would have carte blanche to collect and analyze our most sensitive information, with little to no oversight. Imagine a future where your job prospects are determined by algorithms that have access to your medical history, your financial records, and your social media posts. Imagine a future where you can be denied a loan, a job, or even a place to live because of something you posted online years ago. This is not hyperbole. This is the future that we are facing if DOGE is allowed to succeed. We are at a crossroads. We can choose to defend our privacy, or we can choose to surrender it to the government. The choice is ours, but we must choose wisely. The future of our freedom depends on it. Section 8. The Supreme Showdown. Will privacy prevail? The Supreme Court is deeply divided on this issue. The conservative justices, appointed by Republican presidents, seem sympathetic to the Trump administration's arguments about executive power and national security. They have expressed skepticism about the need for strong privacy protections in the digital age, arguing that the Fourth Amendment was written for a different time. The liberal justices, appointed by Democratic presidents, appear more receptive to the arguments of privacy advocates. They have voiced concerns about the potential for government overreach and the chilling effect that mass surveillance could have on free speech and other civil liberties. The swing vote likely rests with Chief Justice John Roberts, who has shown a willingness to side with both the liberal and conservative wings of the court in the past. Roberts has expressed concerns about government overreach in the past, but he has also shown deference to executive branch authority in matters of national security. The Supreme Court's decision in this case is expected by the end of June. It will have a profound impact on the future of privacy in the United States. A ruling in favor of the Trump administration could usher in a new era of government surveillance, while a ruling against the administration could help to safeguard our digital privacy for years to come. Section 9. The future of freedom in the balance. The outcome of this case will resonate far beyond the realm of data privacy. It will shape our understanding of what it means to be free in the digital age. If the government can access our most personal information at will, then our freedom is illusory at best. We must not allow the government to erode our fundamental rights in the name of efficiency or security. We must stand up for our right to privacy, both online and offline. The future of our freedom depends on it. This is not just a fight for ourselves, it's a fight for our children and grandchildren. We must leave them a world where they can live, love, and learn without fear of constant surveillance. We must leave them a world where they can be free. The time to act is now. We must contact our elected officials and demand that they protect our privacy. We must support organizations that are fighting for our digital rights, and we must never stop speaking out against government overreach. The stakes are too high to remain silent. The future of our freedom is in our hands.